The Brooklyn Nets are a hyped team. This is history repeating itself for Steve Nash. Steve Nash and Dwight Howard and Kobe Bryant was supposed to take the NBA over by storm, but it did not happen. The reason why Steve Nash wears number 10, it is because the Lakers are going to win LeBron his second repeat 10 years later after his first repeat during the 2013 NBA Finals. This is precisely why Steve Nash wore number 10 with the Lakers. Because even while Steve Nash was back with the Lakers, the league is scripted in advance for LeBron to tie Michael Jordan. This was the repeat, 2013. 10 years later, LeBron in the LA Lake Show, the LeBron LA Lake Show, the GOAT King LeBron James LA Lake Show is going to win the repeat against the former Laker, number 10, Steve Nash. Nash also wore number 10 right after leaving the Suns. Suns has got gematria of 10. 10 years later, the Lakers are going to repeat with back-to-back titles against Steve Nash. Steve Nash failed to live up to the hype on this LA super team. It's going to happen again. Steve Nash is going to fail to live up to the hype with the Brooklyn Nets because the GOAT of his era, GOAT King LeBron James, is going to beat this hyped-up Nets super team back-to-back years. Interesting. Because it's repeat that's got gematria of 65. Steve Nash played 65 regular season games with the LA Lake Show. And let's see it. I do not. Dwight Howard got swept by the Spurs. So, Steve Nash has played a total of 67 games with the franchise. The Heat was the team that LeBron won the repeat with in 2013. Rob Pelinka, Lakers general manager, born in 1969, which is the year of the Rooster. Now let's start with Steve Nash being born in 1974, year of the Tiger. Brooklyn Nets are easily going to make it to the NBA Finals for the first time in New York City in 2022. It don't mean that they're going to be winning the championship. More to come on the video on the Brooklyn Bombs, a reference on the Brooklyn Dodgers back in the day that's going to really reinforce itself with the Nets. Nash, the 15th overall pick in the draft. New York City's got gematria 42 and 15. It is Nash that's got gematria 42, 15. 2022 is 42. LeBron James got gematria 42. Very easily, you see that the Lakers are going to win. Steve Nash is going to fail to live up to the hype again. Steve Nash is only going to be 1-2 in the NBA Finals, all because of King James. 0-2, and then 1-2. This is the reality for Steve Nash. Page 58 was when this whole Sports Illustrated edition, I look at the gematria of Nets. Nets is gematria 58. Hyped is gematria 58. It is also Los Angeles Lakers. It is also the Miami Heat that's got gematria of 58. We know the Lakers and the Nets will go back-to-back. One team is going to be hyped. It is the Nets because they both have the same simple gematria. Repeat's got gematria of 29. This was released on the 29th day. Now, this is going to be fun. Oh, yes. But you're not going to be part of that fun, Steve Nash. Brooklyn Nets are hyped just like the Lakers back in the day. It's all about the numbers. 10 years later, LeBron repeats again against the former number 10 of the LA Lakers. Dwight Howard and Nash. 10 and 12, 22. Year 22, LA Lakers ain't going to win no three-peat. And then LA Lakers get this on for the repeat, the time Michael Jordan. It'd be interesting to see if the Brooklyn Nets are going to be on a cover like this. October 29th, 2012 was the issue date. 29's gematria repeat you see in the calculator. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. Lakers are at 17 championships right now before the second hype train in Brooklyn is going to fail. I know. Steve Nash won't get the job done at all until probably the 58th season of the Brooklyn Nets. Which is interesting. I mean, it says everything. It says everything about the 58th season of the Brooklyn Nets. Right after 57. And last night's Chinese astrology video proves it.